So, hello, my name is Alexander Borschel, and I am the CEO and Head of Technology Innovation at Predictive AI. And we've developed image enhancement and analysis capabilities that have been unparalleled until now. The problem has been that when you have this kind of artifact, whether it's from the ground or to the air, it can dramatically impact what sort of decisions you make and what information you're seeing. Traditionally, the solution has been created through massive hardware solutions, such as gyros and stabilizers that need to be bigger and bigger to tackle this problem, even when it remains. And as you make these bigger, you need more fuel, and thus more storage, creating a larger and larger profile to tackle this problem. And unfortunately, it's still present. Collaborating with IAI, we were able to tie this specific problem that you see before to specific mathematical values that allow you to replicate it across any data set. What this means is it can work for any platform, whether from CCTV and microscopes to satellites, planes, jets, and UAVs. This not only works for standard kind of vision, but also for radar-based as well. You might be asking, how are we unique in this day and age? Well, currently everybody's chasing generative AI. They're all looking for artistic outputs that unfortunately hallucinate information and add details that would otherwise not be present. With our technology, it's extremely high fidelity, extremely highly accurate, and adds no additional details. This has already been used actively in over 12 cases in civil courts, criminal courts, and traffic, and has 6 active cases pending between the Israeli and US American system. But as we were able to find that we were able to tie this problem to a specific mathematical value, we realized that the AI can not only help with it, but completely solve it. This is a fundamental difference acting like glasses for your computer, meaning that any kind of artifact that you would otherwise have in standard images and video is eliminated. This is currently up to the F-35 1.6 Mach speeds, and we're currently pushing 2.0, and actually we're up to 2.5, pushing up to 3.0. This technology can be a game changer. You can use it on just 2 gigabytes of GPU, so you can actually use it on your CPU, even on a laptop. It also works not just for photos, but also for videos. This is a live demonstration from information sent to us by IAI, but I don't want you to get trapped into thinking it only descends. This is for any direction. It was originally designed for forensic end use, and because of that, it's very agnostic for any kind of platform. It doesn't matter what direction it's approaching it from, it will clean up that artifact. But as we demonstrated this in the POCs for IAI, they noticed that there's additional capabilities within our system that are quite remarkable. In this case, we do upscaling, which currently goes far beyond current market capability. You can think of upscaling as a very highly precise way of making the image or video bigger, but in the current market capability, they can only do this times 4 because of how mathematically expensive it is for the GPUs, especially with generative AI. With our technology, we can not only bring this up from extremely low resolution, but as high as 12K to 20K from these initial inputs that you can extract from satellites. And of course, we can treat the entire image. And just to note, I want you guys to take a look at the detail restoration. It's almost absent when you can actually see the pavement lines in our output. Highly precise and accurate. IAI also knows additional capabilities. We have a very interesting quirk of our system where if you run it through, the quality will increase as opposed to actually decreasing with current methods, while you can still increase it way up to 12K to 15K. Just the other day, I was running an image through that should have been 500 megabytes and was actually only 3 megabytes once it exited our system, meaning it's a very powerful complementary solution for data processing pipelines. Additionally, we offer other models for very specific solutions, such as denoising. When you send the signal, it can be often disturbed by how many parameters or layers are embedded in it, meaning you're going to lose that information. This will bring it right back. There are additional models that IAI expressed interest in, such as Rayleigh scattering. This is the sort of blue haze that can happen in the atmosphere from being so high up, to additional experimental ones, such as our underwater glare, which can enable asset recovery and drowning prevention. We see a massive opportunity in the image intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance market at 42 billion TAM globally. And this is with a sum of about 100 to 200 million in the USA, but alongside peripheral markets such as healthcare, which we're looking to enter in 2027, and the legal forensics and general platforms for image enhancement that we've already released. We have a unique approach for competition, which is we see them mostly as channel collaborators. We actually partner with NVIDIA and Meta, while the rest are all firmly in the generative AI space, meaning they're not going to ever see operational end use. You'll never see them on the factory floor, you'll never see them used in courts. But despite that, we can actually get a complementary solution on top of it. Our business model is a public-facing platform for the general user to enable public access to AI, as well as for teams and enterprises. But because we understand the sensitive nature of information, especially having worked with AI, that of course the solution needs to be on your on-premises. So we also offer API, but there's also a local version you can purchase and install for just running and processing images and video to your heart's content. But we also see a very powerful opportunity for fine-tuning custom models for very specific end problems for enterprises, whether that's from Samsung from denoising the TVs to IAI for deep learning high speed. My team comes from around the world and is some of the best and brightest. It's only with my brilliant co-founder Mary that we're able to tie it to very specific operational end use. Without my team, frankly, we would still be chasing generative AI, as opposed to the high fidelity that have already revolutionized and gotten people either out of jail because they're innocent or prosecuted because they were not. The only takeaways I want you to get from these milestones are we initially raised with Techstars and then built the initial product, deploying it with police and lawyers. But then since joining with Starburst, we've since raised about 220K. And we have about 6 POCs and 9 models that we've developed for IAI's end use. And we're currently discussing licensing and contracting. We're looking to actually deploy these by 2026. There was a slight delay because of the war, but we're more than ready to actually keep it. I'm looking to raise around $2 million for my team. We're looking to bring in 2 more full-time AI guys. While I am the CEO, I am also the CTO, meaning I'm doing most of the innovation, most of the AI. So additional team members mean we can deploy even faster with your help. We see a very strong potential collaboration between America and Israel. And with our technology, you can see the unseen. Before today, the CSI, the technology that you saw that zoomed in and enhanced, it was all science fiction. Now, it's real. With our technology, we can enable operations, we can enable you to move faster, and to see a lot further and more than you would have otherwise. We welcome you in joining us in transforming your future.
Thank you very much. Questions, please.